Hi, friends. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, February 25th. It's the 25th day of February. We're almost through this month. Well, I've got a great book for us to look at today. It's all about zookeepers. This book is called The Tiger Has a Toothache. And we see the zookeepers right there. Let's read about this. The tiger. It's morning at the zoo. A keeper has been watching the tigers. Her job is to take care of them. She is with them every day, and she knows them the way owners know their pets. This morning, she's worried about the tiger called George. George is unhappy. He has lost his pep. He is cross, and he hasn't eaten. Upset stomach? The keeper wonders. Or perhaps George has sore gums or a bad tooth. The keeper thinks George needs a doctor. So there's George right there. And there's the keeper right there. Let's read about this. This big zoo has several animal doctors or veterinarians. They are called vets for short. The vets take care of animals that are sick or injured. They also help animals to stay well by giving them shots. The shots keep animals from catching certain diseases. It would be dangerous to walk up to an animal like a tiger and give it a shot with a big needle. So the vets use darts, which carry the medicine. The animals don't like the darts. Many of them are smart enough to remember them. When George sees the vet, he opens his mouth and snarls. Arr! This is good. Now the vet can see into George's mouth. What he sees is a broken tooth. No wonder George is cross and won't eat. The tiger has a toothache and it hurts. The tooth needs to be fixed. No one can touch it while the tiger is awake. The vet sends him with a dart and he falls asleep. It carries the medicine that causes George to go into a very deep sleep. This kind of medicine is called an anesthetic. So there's George right there, and we see him snarling. A couple of people roll the sleeping tiger onto a canvas. The canvas is lifted onto a stretcher, and the stretcher goes into an animal ambulance that carries George to the zoo's hospital. It is much like a hospital for people. The vet looks at the tooth. George must have closed his powerful jaws on something hard like a stone. When he did, the tip of the tooth broke off. The vet can see the soft matter inside. It holds nerves. When anything touches the nerves, the tiger's jaw hurts. Sometimes the zoo asks a dentist to work on an animal's tooth, but the vet decides he can do this job himself. He cleans out the tooth, fills it, and seals the top. He also cleans George's teeth. See him right there cleaning George's teeth? This is a good chance to check the tiger over, to weigh him, and to take his temperature. Listen to his heart and lungs. The exam shows that George is healthy. Now the tiger is taken home. Still sleeping, he is put down in a quiet area with dim lights. When George wakes, he will be in his own place. A few hours later, he will feel like himself, hungry, peppy, and happy. Freddy has swallowed a stone. Freddy is a rare kind of frog. Because he is red, he is called a tomato frog. Like all frogs, Freddy sometimes makes a mistake. He was watching a cricket hop within reach. As the cricket hopped onto a small stone, Freddy's long, sticky tongue flicked out. It picked up the cricket and the stone. Freddy swallowed them both. Now he doesn't feel well. He is quiet and not lively. His keeper sees that Freddy needs a doctor. The frog is picked up and taken to the hospital. A vet thinks Freddy has swallowed something he shouldn't have. But when she needs to make sure to see inside the frog, she takes an X-ray picture. It shows a stone inside his stomach. So that's Freddy right there. Now the vet mixes an anesthetic with water and puts Freddy in the water. That way, Freddy will feel better. To get the stone, the vet uses a thin tube that bends. She slides it down inside the frog's throat. The tube carries a light so that the vet can see inside the stomach. It also holds a pair of tiny grippers. They are folded up inside the tube. They open up when they are pushed out, and the vet uses them to grip the stone. She gently pulls the tube out of the frog. The stone comes out too. Soon, Freddy will be back at his pond as good as new. So there's Freddy right there. The next animal we're going to read about is the gorilla right here. See the gorilla? Herb, the gorilla, has a cold. He coughs, he sneezes, his nose runs like a person with a bad cold. He feels terrible. He also looks terrible. Gorillas don't use handkerchiefs. Colds are caused by germs. One gorilla can catch another's cold. Gorillas can also catch colds from people. That is why vets and keepers wear masks near gorillas. They do not want to give the animals germs by coughing or sneezing on them. Visitors to the zoo may not be as careful. Signs say, please do not feed the animals. Some people do anyway. They may eat part of an apple, for example, and throw the rest to a gorilla. A person with a cold is also throwing cold germs to the gorilla. That is how Herb caught a cold. If a gorilla has a cold, he is watched carefully. He may take the same cough medicine that people take. It is mixed with fruit juice or something else he likes. If he gets worse, he is given other medicines. But usually the cold goes away after a few days or a week. Like a person who is also over a cold, these gorillas feel fine again. So there's the keeper helping the gorilla out, and they feel fine again. There we see Herb. The snake. Wow, the snake can't lay her eggs. The keeper sees her try, but no eggs appear. Not long ago, the snake was sick. She is getting better, but she is not well enough to lay her eggs. She needs help. The snake is a big one, a Burmese python called Susie. It takes 4 keepers to get her to the hospital. The vet wants to make sure that Susie is ready to lay her eggs. He uses a machine that sends sound waves into her body. The pictures show that the eggs are ready to be laid. Susie is given an anesthetic to make her sleep. The vet operates on her and helps her deliver her eggs. See Susie right there? Yeah. Ooh, the parrot. Polly the parrot has lost her voice. Yesterday, she was happily squawking and calling out, "Hello, Joe. Leave the bird food here." Today, she is not talking, and sometimes she coughs. She opens her beak, but no sound comes out. The keeper misses Polly's voice. A vet sends Polly to the hospital. She is wrapped in a towel so that she can't struggle and hurt herself. So yeah, that's to keep her safe. Parrots have strong beaks. The vet has to pry Polly's beak open. He places a little metal ring in her beak to keep it open, and then he examines her. He finds out that she may need aesthetic to sleep, so he can examine her further. When he does look, he finds out that Polly has extra food in her stomach, but now she has something new to say. Feeling better, Polly? That's good. That's good. So Polly's all better again. Yeah, it's interesting reading how they're able to help animals. The last animal we're going to read about today is the elephant. Ellie, the elephant, is having her nails done. In the wild, elephants walk away and wear down their nails. In a zoo, nails must be trimmed. Elephants are animals that can be trained. Ellie's keeper has trained her to pick up her foot and rest it on a stool. He uses a large file to trim each nail. Ellie is an African elephant with 5 nails on each front foot and 3 on each hind foot. The keeper does each foot in turn because Ellie did as she was asked. The keeper rewards her with peanuts. That's Ellie the elephant. One time while walking with a friend, Ellie got a little pebble stuck beneath a nail and her skin. The pebble gave her a sore toe. Ellie began to limp. When the keeper saw the limp, he knew something was wrong and sent for a doctor. A vet came to treat Ellie, but he did not have to give her an anesthetic. Ellie has been trained to let a vet help her. He took the pebble out and gave the keeper medicine for her toe. He said Ellie was to soak her foot several times a day in a bucket of warm water and Epsom salts. The keeper gave Ellie 2 apples and a banana for being a good elephant. And that's Ellie the elephant. Oh, we've got another one. I thought the elephant was the last one. The bat. The baby bat needs help. His mother wasn't taking care of him, and so he is being raised in the zoo's nursery. Benny the bat and his mother are fruit bats of a rare kind. Fruit bats live in warm parts of the world where there is fruit to eat all year round. By day, they roost and sleep in the trees. When a mother flies out for food, the baby goes too. It clings to her underside with its teeth and claws. When they return, the baby hangs by its hind claws. She folds her wings around the baby, which nurses and sleeps upside down. At the nursery, Benny the bat is kept warm in an incubator. He takes milk from a small syringe with a nipple. He hangs down from what looks like a soft stuffed sock. A dark cloth is draped over Benny to take the place of his mother's wings. Those are the bats right there. The penguin. One rock hopper penguin feels sick. The other rock hoppers are busy doing what rock hoppers do, hopping. They're hopping from rock to rock. Cassidy the penguin stands alone. He is not hopping. He is not swimming. The keeper sees he is an unhappy penguin. She wonders if Cassidy has swallowed a coin. Oh no, let's find out what happens to Cassidy. Some zoo visitors treat the pools and ponds as wishing wells. Hopefully Cassidy hasn't swallowed a coin. A vet takes the coin out of Cassidy's stomach. Cassidy has swallowed a coin. Okay, let's look at the x-ray there. Do we see the x-ray? Oh, right there. You see the coin? Cassidy has swallowed that coin. But the zinc in the coin makes Cassidy sick. The vet will help remove the coin so that Cassidy feels better again. The giraffe. The giraffe named Mary Lou ought to be having a baby, but so far the baby hasn't been born. Animals like to have babies when the zoo is quiet and no one is around. Perhaps a bent leg or a bent neck is keeping the baby from being born. If so, they will have to put Mary Lou the giraffe in a chute that holds her still to help her deliver her baby. The vet doesn't want to do this. Mary Lou will be half asleep when the baby is born. She may not know the baby belongs to her and may refuse to nurse it. Then the baby will have to be cared for by keepers and fed by hand. It is better for the baby to be with his mother. On the second morning, the keeper goes to Mary Lou's stall, and there it is, 6 feet tall. A healthy young giraffe is standing slyly beside its mother. All is well. So there's the new baby giraffe. And finally, the tortoise. The tortoise called Rosa has hurt her leg. Yesterday, she was walking around on all 4 legs. Today, she is trying to walk on 3. She doesn't want to eat, and she is clearly in pain. They will need to take an x-ray. Rosa is a big tortoise. Some of her relatives are 4 feet long and weigh up to 500 pounds. However, she is small enough to be picked up and taken to the hospital by hand. The x-ray pictures show a broken bone. Rosa is given an anesthetic and the vet cuts into her leg over the broken bone. He uses a metal pin to hold the pieces together. Then he sews up the leg. Rosa will feel better soon, and the vet decides to give her wheels in the meantime. He fits a skateboard to the corner of her shell. Now she can push her broken leg inside her shell and use her 3 good legs to push herself around. So there she is right there, pushing herself around. The end. It says at the end, it has some tips, though, for being good park visitors at the zoo. People at the zoo work hard to keep their animals healthy and happy. If an animal is sick or injured, keepers and vets do their best to help. For them, this work is much more than a job. They take care of the animals, and they feel responsible for them. You, too, can help the animals by being a good zoo visitor. A good zoo visitor never feeds the animals unless the zoo says it's all right. A good visitor never throws coins into ponds or pools, and a good visitor never teases the animals. And finally, a good zoo visitor looks, listens, reads, and learns, and has a wonderful time watching the animals. Well, that was a great book and very interesting about the zoo. It was called The Tiger Has a Toothache, Helping Animals at the Zoo. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, friends.